Hello and what is up everybody. This is going to be a new video idea I'm testing out. It's for something I'm trying to work on myself as well, but it's going to be a coaching simulation video. This is a live game 3 between TNC Pro Team and Mineski in the Perfect World Masters qualifiers. Not sure where this is. This might be the finals actually, or semifinals. That doesn't really matter. But I'm going to be going over this replay as if I was TNC's coach, looking at games from both both teams' perspectives, of course. But I'm going to be focusing on what TNC is doing specifically, what they do well, what mistakes they may have made, if they can't catch themselves. And let's get right into it. It's for the draft right now. I'm just look over the draft real quick here, as it is already a bit underway. But they do ban out Lich in the first phase, as well as Timbersaw. Timbersaw is a respect ban, obviously, to Ice, and the Lich is most likely a ban that reflects their laning stage. They want to have a good laning stage, and Lich makes it really hard for teams to play. Of course, because if there's a hero literally eating 45% of the experience in the lane, you really have to set up your lanes in a way to deal with it, and without having an ability to either gank the lane or make something happen on the map, the team with Lich will just auto win one of the lanes, which makes it hard to play sometimes, and that's probably the reason for the Lich ban there. As we look at TNC's first two picks, they're definitely looking to go with some early game domination right now. Nyx Assassin, very good ganker, very popular in the Southeast Asia region, and Trenches as well. Gets a lot done in the early game with her creeps and can put early tower pressure using the 5-minute catapult and the 10-minute catapult. Being able to enchant those creeps and taking down early towers is really strong, and I think that's one of her biggest strengths as a hero. But looking at Mineski's draft, they're doing Mineski things right now with the second pick, Pudge for jabs, and Night Stalker first pick as well. Very strong hero right now. Probably one of the strongest fours, if not the strongest four in the patch right now. And Mineski pick a Puck into TNC. I don't know about that. Nyx Assassin being a pretty good hero already against Puck, and then Ice Blast will add some problems to them as well. If they can coordinate the Nyx Assassin disables into Ice Blast, Puck will just immediately die. And alright, I was expecting that. Didn't get a chance to say it yet, but AACK, insanely strong combination now. I see it picked up a lot in NA, and with North American captain, I gotta believe that 1437 is watching NA games and picking accordingly. But the C meta is actually not that far from NA itself. But just having a captain that hails from NA most likely influence their picks to follow the trends and meta of that region. But just looking at the bans, another ban geared towards ISSI with the Brood Mother ban. At least I believe he plays that. Mushi definitely doesn't play Brood, and I'm not so sure about the rest of the team there. Anti-Mage ban as well. I think Anti-Mage does well, and it also causes pressure in a way that they don't really want to deal with. They want to take the early advantage and then just run down lanes, play aggressively, gank with the Nyx Assassin. The Anti-Mage not only provides them with objective in the early game that they need to either shut him down or let him do his thing, but then if they let him have a good early game, he'll be a problem later on in terms of his split pushing. So I believe Mineski also do value the hero. Mostly played by Mushi, right? I don't follow this Southeast Asian region too much. Again, I mostly focus on NA, so most of this analysis is going to be focused or based on what I know of the meta, not of these individual teams. As I've caught some of their games, but I haven't been able to watch them all, as they usually happen way too early in the morning for me, and I would either have to wake up really early or stay up all night to catch the games. But fortunately, there's some games around noon, and I'm able to catch this one, so to make this video for you guys. So Magnus, fourth pick for Mineski, and wonder what that's going to be in combination with. The Anti-Mage is already banned. The Juggernaut's already banned. Juggernaut banned as a response to that Magnus pick and the 4th pick. So it will be potentially a off-lane Magnus or a mid Magnus. I don't know if TNC knew this, but they can set up their lanes in a way that will benefit them because they have pretty versatile laners. CK can really go to any lane. They could even dual lane mid potentially with AACK if they need to. But I mean, this combination can go in either of the side lanes, no problem. Nyx Assassin will be most likely the roamer, and they don't really need to worry too much about the early game either. I think Nyx Assassin AA can just be sent to the CK's lane. They can secure his lane, and whatever he's going to be laning against at this point, Magnus, Puck, or whoever the carry is going to get picked up 5th, CK will have a fine time farming at that point. If I expect that doesn't happen for TNC, they might run into some problems with the Pudge and Ice Stalker ganks then. Because I think they can set up the laning stage in a way where CK can get so far ahead that no one can touch him, right? With just AA in his lane, he'll be able to dominate. And Mineski will have to be careful on what carry they pick here last.
Come on, Radiant team, you gotta pick him right.
Phantom Assassin.
So I was expecting the PA. It was either that or the Monkey King, but I definitely like the PA more than the Monkey King. And they're probably thinking between the two. Maybe not though, because Monkey King wouldn't be a good pick here in my opinion. I mean, it looks potentially good with their lineup, but not in comparison to TNC's at all. Again, if it was a Monkey King, they can really just aggro lane, AACK Nyx, and there's nothing the Monkey can do. And the PA should have problems with it as well. So we'll see if TNC decide to go for the aggro tri lane or the aggro dual lane. But even then, they can have the Enchantress play in a lane aggressively, which can work as well. So I'm not so sure because I've seen Enchantress mid a lot or Enchantress like core, like safe lane. So TNC have a lot of options. It's probably going to be Enchantress off lane, saving their last pick mid here. It's weird because the meta is in a place right now where the laning stage is kind of messy, where people really favor hero matchups over anything, right? They want to get the good 1v1s or the good 2v1s, 2v2s. So it will be a more standard pickup with the Lena mid here, nothing crazy. So Enchantress will be in the off lane, played by Sam H. We got Raven on the CK. And I like TNC's draft a lot. Mineski's draft, I feel like they can win at any point, which is a bit scary. But their laning stage isn't that strong. Actually, depends on what Jabs and NS do. Ninja Boogie. But having two roamers like this is always a risk, and I guess it fits into Mineski's playstyle as they are the weirdest team right now in all regions and especially in SEA. Is they're picking some weird picks for sure. I've seen an off-lane Wyvern out of them, and they definitely have their unique playstyle, definitely non-standard. As for TNC, I would say this is more or less standard draft. I picked a lot of the meta heroes. Lena is not that good right now, but I think in this lineup, she definitely can definitely go off for sure. I'd see her being able to own this game. Her laning stage is going to be good regardless of who she's going to be laning against. And it looks like it will be a Puck as Ice is playing the Magnus. But what she has to be worried about, of course, is getting burst by the PA later on. So as the game starts here, let's see how TNC start out the game. They're TPing bottom, so this means they want to secure their safe lane. 1437 TP is out. And he has Sentry as well. He runs right into Jabs. Jabs didn't place his ward yet. So Pudge does boot start. Let's see if Night Stalker... Alright, so Night Stalker had to buy all the items, so he doesn't get to start with boots, which will hurt him as this hero is really slow without the boots. See, 295 move speed there. Tim's ran up to the offlane, or he TP'd. I didn't really catch it. I'm pretty sure he TP'd. He walked out, placed a ward here. They're not going to block any camps, and so they have one ward covering the bottom rune, and this ward will give them vision of this boundary rune area. So it will be an aggro dual lane. So they're just going to let the CK go with the AA, which is a fine combination here. Ice, 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 doing ice, ice, ice things. I expect him to do some. Oh, we have some Southeast Asian lag at Kale, but I expect him to try to like pull the creep wave or something like that. And TNC probably know this, so let's see if they can stop him. And he's gonna actually decide otherwise. He definitely can go down or take too much damage that he won't be able to lane anymore, as he only has one pair of tangos. And one set of tangos, I mean. Jabs blocking mid for Puck, pretty standard. Tim's doing the same here. And let's see where Nyx goes next. This is going to be pretty important to how TNC want to play this game. So they're not going to fully secure the bottom. Or never mind, Tim's. Or he might start mid actually. Nope, he's going Tim's. Tim's Reno. Alright, a bit undecisive there, but I think he's going to go mid and harass this Puck with mana burn. Exactly. Bottom lane is not going to be able to entirely zone out Magnus without the Nyx level 1. But let's see how they do. Alright, Reality Rift, Cold Feet, zone them back. So what they're trying to do here is just deny the range creep, pull the lane back, deny as much as possible. Isis doing a good job of using creep aggro, and he's a pretty funky laner, so it's a little bit difficult to try to kill him out of the lane entirely, because sometimes he'll like go in and die or do something crazy, and then he'll actually end up winning him in the lane or getting him a lot more out of the lane than he should have. And he's gonna get level 2 with only 2 heroes. They can't stop him from getting level 2, so it's gonna be something they're gonna have to deal with. Magnus isn't a hero that he gets that much stronger level 2. He'll have Skier and then his nuke, or if he wants he can go from power to last hit. But 1437 is going to pull the lane back, and at this point, say Isis is going to be able to farm this lane at this point, just because of how the game has turned out so far. He's going to get not good farm, but he's going to get levels. But that's a trade-off for giving Lina a little bit of a better start. What are they saying? Lag, packet loss. All right, apparently they're having lag as well. Again, I'm kind of trying to do this as a replay analysis, but it's live, so it's a live coaching simulation. I don't know what I'm going to call the video, but this is something new. I'm just testing it out. Anyway, Cuckoo will be farming the mid lane. He should be winning in CS because the next assassin is helping him out. Yeah, he is. Ice. If he can get this pull off. And this is 1437's mistake here for sure. Oh, he actually didn't get the pull off. Alright, that could have been really bad. That's lane winning for the Magnus if he can get the full pull off. He still denies the range creep. He missed the first blood there. Wonder what happened. Looks like Pudge just ran into a creep and Nyx assassin. So he ends up going down even with the boots. Lina's still winning mid again. I'm not trying to cast this, so we're gonna miss some kills. And if it's a really important kill, I'll go back and watch it. So I'm not really worried about covering this entirely live. I'm recording this as a video. I'm not streaming. Recording this as a video. I mean, apparently we have more lag. Maybe we'll go back and watch what happened because of the lag. Yeah, he walked into a Enchantress creep and Nyx, and then he's dead. That's just unfortunate. Alright, what is happening? Dota 2. Nyx assassin is owning Puck mid. He's not happy right now. Yeah, so back what I was saying here. I think 1437. He went for the bounty rune, but I think it's a lot more important not allowing the offlaner to get this pull off, because it actually can win him the lane. Certain offlaners, if they're allowed to do that once, like, it will swing the lane so much in their favor that it won't entirely like lose you the off lane, but it's gonna mean that Ice will get a lot more farm than he really should, because this bounty rune is not in threat of anything, right? The Pudge, I mean, he could be there, but I think he was spotted somewhere around the top area, and so he was able to get caught out here by the Knicks. So unless this bounty rune is like in threat of getting stolen, and even then, like if Pudge was there, A is not gonna be able to get the rune anyway, and he might even die. So I think it's a lot more valuable to just hold this bounty rune off for later and make sure that this side pull doesn't happen. And ISIS ended up missing the side pull, so it didn't matter too much. But it still was a range creep actually denied to the neutrals for CK. It's one less CS and less experience as well. So it actually is pretty significant. Not pretty significant, I think it's really significant. And just shows that 157 is probably not thinking about that too much. Just going for the bounty rune. But I think in the long run, this is something that needs to be done, because it won't really lose them the lane in this matchup, but in certain matchups it actually can bone the CK if the offlaner is allowed to do a side pull. And I've learned this from watching a lot of replays as well as just pubs where offlaner is allowed to do that and you lose the lane. So it's not a fun time. I don't know about this off or safe lane support Night Stalker though, but I haven't been keeping tabs with the PA, which I probably should. So it looks like how we can just go back and watch it honestly, because this is literally pause forever. Oops, I went back too far. Let's see how top played the lane. I think they got one pull off. That was the first stack. Night Stalker is waiting in the wings, and Enchantress won't even show it to lane. She wants to jungle level 1. Okay. It's just wise. She actually can die with the slow from the Night Stalker and PA if Pudge starts top, which he is, and he can just rot her down. Level 2, and with creeps, she's significantly stronger. And she will come to lane, gets the experience for both these range creeps. Alright, this is annoying. Right. I believe she did. Alright, this camp is blocked by Dire actually, so Enchantress can't get a creep. That's interesting. And it's gonna be that, and that's him dying. So Sam H off to go start. I'm gonna go live again. And they're still disconnected. Alright. So it doesn't seem like anything went on top. All I can see is PA storming the lane. They did start the Pudge top. It should have been spotted by this ward here. He got one pull off so far. Theben got one pull off bottom as well. So it's just evened out. But Sam H got the first blood there on the Pudge, who walked in too aggressively for the boundary rune, I believe. And that will give TNC a little bit of an early game advantage, but not a big swing in either team's favor. So laning stage fairly even, except for the mid lane. Lina is owning, but they have to be a little bit worried about this Enchantress. She can definitely get to a point where she will annoy the heck out of this PA. It's very fast. She's kind of squishy though, so she takes a lot of damage from the dagger harass, but with the creep in hand, definitely can force Mushi to not leave the lane, but definitely maybe pull out more regen or something like that. This tower will also be under threat as well if Enchantress gets too far ahead. It would be a disaster for Mineski if they let that happen. SSIs will go for a soul ring. And the thing about this lane is they actually need to be worried about ISIS's levels, because if he gets too many levels up, he actually can just nuke the wave in, and CK doesn't push the lane very fast because he has pretty low basic attack time. He has decent damage, but it's on a big range, so I don't know. ISIS has already done a pretty decent job here. I mean, keep in mind, he's entirely left alone. He's received no help at all, and Trent just received some help from the Knicks. And yeah, so denying that range creep actually. We can't pause it. Yeah, so denying that range creep was huge because now the lane's pushing because TNC's creeps doubled up. They managed to salvage it with a pull here, but it's not really salvage as they'll deny one range creep from Ice, but he's gonna get the rest of these creeps. He's gonna be able to last it a little bit under a tower. So yeah, even though Ice pull didn't manage to work out, we can see how much of a huge swing that is, because it's really hard to recover the lane equilibrium after that, because these creeps are pulled, and one way to do it is to like pull the enemy creeps into the camp or your creeps into the camp as well. But it's actually really hard to do that. It's actually just luck based, because the creeps are already, the neutrals are already aggro to the enemy creeps here. So to somehow get your creeps to go here as well is, you definitely have to pull off some weird tricks to do it. You can't guarantee it. So what Ice did there is huge, even though he like missed the timing a little bit. He's gone like a whole nother level because of that. And he's not supposed to be favored in this matchup, so I would say he's getting a lot more out of this offlane. Actually being in the offlane, right? Because he might be able to get the same, like leaving and going to jungle, but he's forcing the AA to be here. And if he could, or if AA could force Magnus to be entirely out of this lane, right? Just force him to leave. He's even gonna pick up both bounty runes here, because 147 has to be in the lane to recover the equilibrium going for this pull. Yeah, if he can force, or if 147 can force Mag to leave, he can go gank with the Nyx. Maybe even show up top or mid. Probably not mid, because Puck is still hard to gank. I definitely can show up top to put pressure there at least. He doesn't really want to actually, because he's an AA, but Ice is doing a good job here. Well, what's happening in the top lane? They're gonna go for a dive. 4 minutes. Nighttime is hit. Looks like Sam H knows what's up though. He knows what's up. Mushi goes in. Alright. This is a bit ambitious there. They're kind of wasting a lot of time. Gonna move out together. Range creeps pulled. This is just clowny. Good for TNC. Didn't lose anyone. And they're gonna get the D ward as well. The heck? Oh, there you go. Yeah, so I mean, they didn't get a kill there. No one died either. But definitely think that engagement favors TNC, because Sam H was just sitting there. He's getting the experience under tower. He's level 5 now. And it's 5 minutes. He can get the siege creep if he wants, but there's not really a chance to push the tower. Let's see if he actually does it. Chance on cooldown right now. Lina was left 1v1 mid for a little bit. He's going to walk back to base. Going for the soaring build, so that probably means that he's going to go for Bloodstone. Actually, maybe not. It's just going to farm up the creep stacks here. It's just a medium camp stack. Ice. What do you do? You pull the creep wave? Yep, pull the creep wave. As expected from Ice. Pulls it from behind, or all the way behind his tower. And he's getting a lot out of this lane now. He's doing good. He's going to be level 5 after this. And what happened top? I missed this. So Enchantress does get the catapult. She pushes forward. Wants to play aggressive with her level 6. And gets caught by the Night Stalker. This is on Sam H. He was just feeling really strong with his phase boots. And he thought he couldn't die. But he was wrong about that. That's actually a huge lead thrown away now. He's super far ahead. He's still super far ahead, honestly, but Pudge will have Tranquils now, Night Stalker. He's still playing 5. It was really weird seeing a 5 Night Stalker, and it was picked up in first phase too, so they had this plan from the get-go. And these two heroes are actually obnoxious to play against though, so it's wonky in the laning stage, but I'd say Mineski has made it work. They were able to go in this top lane, protect the PH as much as they could, and as you can see, Enchantress still got a lot out of the lane, but I mean, PA is not doing bad either, and Mushi's free farm. Ice in trouble. She died. How do you get caught out here? was a long chase. So he tried to skewer away. Fortunately, he brought the CK with him, but pops his shrine, still dies. That's unfortunate. Well, what happened? I missed the Enchantress kill. And a Lina kill. So Mag dies bottom. Alright, that's base creation from Ice there. So that means CK isn't able to TP, AA isn't able to TP. They get a gank there. Level 3 Night Stalker and the Puck. How did they set up that gank? They got a Night Stalker. Oh, so they smoke. They know where the Lina is. Ninja Boogie finds Cuckoo. And he just gets debated. Because he was farming this camp. Ninja Boogie knew exactly where Cuckoo would be. And Moon comes in, gets the kill. Top lane, Sam H probably overplays again. Maybe he gets hooked. I don't know. Yeah, he gets hooked. Oh, he just gets rotted. Oh, and crit. And hooked. A little late on the stun. I don't think it would have saved him regardless. It might have if he got really lucky. Actually, no. If he stomps, probably would have saved him. Still not like it was still a small percentage, but it definitely he definitely could have lived potentially because the PA only has level 1 Phantom Strike, so she wouldn't be able to jump again. He's still iffy. Probably still die. Like 80% of the time. So early game, how has it gone for TNC? Ice again with the creep pull. He's being really annoying right now. A has to be down here to deal with him. Otherwise, he's gonna keep doing this and then piss off the CK. He's gonna build up 2 creep waves. I really like this from Ice. This is some innovation. So he's died once, but he's got a lot out of his lane with just himself. At this point, like Sam H has to be careful now with the PA hitting level 7. Like the crits definitely can kill him with just 2. And TNC go for a pretty unexpected smoke. If we can go back and watch how they set this up. The CK cleared this wave and then they TP'd in and went for the smoke. They already dewarded here, so they know there's no vision. Tim's going with Raven, and they can see if they can get the kill here. It's not an easy kill on Mushi, actually. It's fairly tanky as Aquila. Smoke gonna be popped onto jabs, and Samich might just die. Mushi went in wild for that one. But yeah, trade 1 for 1. I don't think that's worth it. They lose their offlaner. Like, he's level 7, level 6 Enchantress, and that was just a support pudge. He's level 5. Like, Jabs has gone a lot. He's played the game very well. And he's going to go straight for the gank there onto 1-4-3-7, because they're going to expect that 1-4-3-7 is going to be left alone down here. And they saw the CK top, so they knew that the CK had to TP to be there, because he was just bottom. They're going to do a lane swap, and alright. Directly on the mark there. Jabs. Dota. This is not looking good for TNC now, honestly. And it had to do with very small things in the laning stage. But I would say they're not out of the game for sure, but they're in trouble right now because of those small things. One of it was allowing Ice to get this pull off, and Sam H overplaying a little bit top. I think Lina did find mid. Gank here by the Night Stalker is really good, but at this point Mineski actually has won themselves every lane. CK's game is not fun because he can't fall behind this game. PA can flash farm. She has a Magnus. And now TNC are going to feel pressured. They didn't get a good early game. They didn't take the safe lane tower or anything like that. Safe lane tower actually is very healthy. Lina is a farm hero, so she can flash farm. What happened? Where did Ninja Boogie die? Smoke with 1-7, and Tim's caught Ninja Boogie. Like, he doesn't actually care about this. Like, this doesn't matter to him. He's literally the 5 position Night Stalker. He's just trying to farm up a little bit in the jungle. And with that smoke being revealed onto him, it's going to mean that PA will TV bottom because she realizes that they're going to come in full force top with 3 heroes. And they're just going to get another killer into Sam H. Oh, maybe he lives. Untouchable. Oh, alright. Alright. Alright.
Can anyone hear me? It's a
That was a bit messy. They lose Mushi, but this is definitely still in Mineski's favor. PA dies, just unfortunate. There's definitely some problems going on there. And one of it was only having one Phantom Strike, and then he didn't evade as well. And Nyx came in with the TP. But they still get the tower there, so 100% worth it from Mineski. It will be a tower trade as they go 1-for-1, but Sam H dies once again. Enchantress again is not a very fast farmer, so if she ends up dying too much, and he already has 4 deaths on Sam H, she'll get to a point where literally PA comes in 1 shot or 2 shots Enchantress, and he'll definitely have a lot of problems with that. He did go for the Nature's Attendance level 3, so actually allowed him to live there. And Pudge is always a huge issue. If he gets a hook onto any of these heroes, except for, yes, the Nyx and the CK. Sick hook. The jab is a huge issue now for TNC. And again, I was talking about this Night Stalker Pudge. Super annoying to deal with because nighttime, you don't have a lot of vision. And Pudge is going to be able to see you when you can't see him. And within the darkness, that's going to be huge, as it's going to allow him to hit hooks like that. And that was assisted by a ward. So see a fight happen top. Raven's going to go down. What have TNC been doing here? So they already take the tier 1. They're looking to chill up here, put pressure into the tier 2. Looks like they stayed around for too long though. Haste Rune from Night Stalker. CK gets caught out. And he's dead. Jabs even comes in with the hook, gets the flesh sheep stacks, and A falls in the back as well. It's 3 dead for TNC, and Mineski just looking like the better team at this point. They knew exactly what their draft needed to do, and they executed it pretty much perfectly, right? Any mistake or death they had in the early game was affordable, where for TNC, I'd say that wasn't the same. This pull that the Magnus got off there, and the kill top here as well on the Enchantress was huge. It accelerated the Pudge, and then simultaneous ganks here onto Sam H as well as Cuckoo. Definitely impressive play there. The rotations from Mineski are super on point, and it's something you have to watch out for when playing against them. They're definitely an unpredictable team, and you have to expect the unexpected, which is really hard to do. That's why a lot of times playing unpredictable will work out in your favor. It's kind of risky, as if your movements or your rotations don't pay off, you end up wasting a lot of time. But clearly it worked out for Mineski, and at this point TNC are in recovery mode. CK needs to get his armlet up. He actually does have his armlet. He's going for the ganking build. CK's job this game is going to be show up and insta give a hero, preferably like the Pudge. Can't really do it to PA. She'll have evasion. She can also leap away. Potentially can do it to Puck. Maybe not. Maybe need some help from Nyx. And I do like what Raven's building to next. Going for the Shadow Blade. They can go for the dual invis ganks. A does have 6 now. Enchantress in catch-up mode. I'd say Sam H will have pretty low effectiveness for the rest of the game. I mean, you can see his net worth. Like, he's doing pretty good. I assume. No, definitely being eclipsed by Ice's Ice now. And this Enchantress getting bursted. She can't really show anywhere. She can't farm. She can't push lanes. So Enchantress is just feeling like a burden. The reason why Enchantress can work out, if she has a good start, she definitely can take down early towers and is a huge threat. But now Sam H is just feeling like a huge burden on his hero right now. And this is going to be a major problem for TNC heading into this mid game. So Cuckoo went for a Shadow Blade. He's looking to gank. So TNC's game plan right now is to look for pickoffs. Hope to find pickoffs and hope to come back in this game. Otherwise, they just straight up lose. They go for a gank here onto Moon, and they just lose Nyx. Another sick hook from Jabs. He's actually going to go off this game because Night Stalker, minimizing everyone's vision. He actually didn't skill his ultimate yet, but later on that's going to be a major issue, as well as being able to spot out the mag, because the way they want to counter the Magnus is to like catch him out and maybe even prevent him from RPing, like burst him with the CK or something. But having the Night Stalker is incredibly useful for Mineski in reducing TNC's vision. And they don't have vision, they can't really take these fights. What the heck happened here? That's just a clown fight. RP missed, and Mineski ended up feeding 2 kills away and RP. But again, this is not really costing them too much. This is going to be TNC's method back into the game, but they can really afford these plays, and actually I say they'd be fine. As long as they don't lose like everybody and then lose Roshan or something like that. They can afford to play like super aggressively in YOLO, and that was a bit of a net worth swing, but I'm going to tell you, it doesn't really matter later on. In the meantime, PA got the top tower as well. During all of that, Mushi has a Desolator. And Cuckoo can't really gank Mushi. He's pretty untouchable with the evasion. If he just has like any help nearby, he should be able to get away. So TNC realizing RP is down, they go straight into the mid push. Committed the CK ultimate for that. That's good. They'll open up their map a little bit. They really need to open up their map. If they didn't take these tier 1s, the game would look real grim for them, as they need that space to be able to look for ganks with the Nyx Assassin. And AA Blast can assist as well, of course. Mineski looking to go for another gank. Smoke will be broken by Tim's. Pretty good play there. Again, Enchantress feels really awkward. I mean, he's getting his farm up actually. Slowly, he's keeping up there with the Magnus, which is surprising. I expect Ice to be way far ahead at this point, but this is death here hurt him a little bit. That hook. Jabs almost the sick play there. That would have been huge. Kuga's farm's not looking bad. Top of the net worth on his team. He's gonna be able to flash farm as Dina does, but I feel like even if he gets farmed this game, he's living life on the edge. At any point, like, he can get blown up by this puck and PA. Any hook into him as well, getting RP'd, he'll die. They catch him invis. What's Nick's doing? He actually is just crazy. One space created by Tim's. Got greedy for the banner and ended up dying there. Not that big of a deal, as Mineski can't really take any objective off of it right away, but that's more flush sheep stacks with the Pudge, and TNC have to be afraid of just feeding kills away, as every time they lose a hero, it's going to open up more gang potential for this puck and Pudge going onward. And then if Jabs gets too farmed, like, it's going to be a huge issue, as the only hero that can burst him at that point is really, I guess, the Chaos Knight. But Chaos Knight wants to dish out his damage on more important targets, like the Magnus, PA. They trade 1 for 1 there. Puck goes too deep for that kill onto AA. 1 for 7 got a lot of gold off. That's going to be his Midas. And TNC are not out of it by far in the late game. The problem is scaling this Enchantress. That's going to be their biggest issue. Lena's going to be able to get farm. CK can get farm. He has a Shadow Blade now. He'll be able to build that in Silver Edge later. Really good pick up there against the PA. With the Silver Edge, he'll be able to burst her finally. But you have the RP to deal with the CK illusions. They have the PA cleave as well. Make sure you're farming up a nice stack here. I would say Mineski's going to keep a net worth advantage or just a positional advantage for the rest of this mid game. The way TNC are going to come back is a huge fight. Pick off into an additional fight into an Aegis. It's going to be difficult though. To find those smokes is very hard against a Night Stalker with the darkness up. Alright, what is going on here? Jab sucking your own teammates. So Mineski will go back a little bit. They got to take it back. That death there on the puck was actually huge for the AA. As he got so much gold off that, it's going to be his Midas, and that will allow 1 for 7 to scale. They're going to get dewarding done as well. DD rune spawning top. But at this point, Mineski is going to look to farm up, get this BKB onto the PA. At that point, she's going to be pretty much untouchable, and it's going to be nice for her. I don't see this Shadow Blade paying off right away. Maybe it will. So what I was talking about, the Nyx CK ganks, and they will actually. The Shadow Blade didn't pay off, but the gank did. And they're gonna get the kill there on Ice. But again, lane pressure, huge problem for TNC, as they only have one hero that can really push lanes fast, which is Alina. Well, they have 3 on Mineski. They have Mushi, Puck, and the Magnus. It's gonna be a major issue for them later on in the game when they're actually trying to end it. And I think for TNC to win this game, it's almost not in their hands anymore. All they can really do is rely on Mineski messing up. And another sick hook from Jabs. This game is not easy to play for them at this point. Their draft was looking pretty good, for sure, but they had to play the laning stage in a way where they asserted their strengths of their heroes and got ahead, like real far ahead, because Mineski had a weird draft, and if they're allowed to be successful with this weird draft, the payoff is going to be huge for them later on, and we're seeing it as Lina is going to die there. The sick play there from Jab, lost Bloodstone charges, and Mineski just has so much more space to play because of their heroes at this point. Nighttime is going to be always scary for TNC, their lack of vision. Mineski have a combination of 3 hero or lane pushers, heroes that can lane push, so the lanes are always going to be in a favorable position for them to make plays. They can slow down the game if they want, and it's not going to be that case though, as they're going to look to go for a smoke gank, and they'll run into Tim's again, but they have a gem. Get the silence as well. There's nothing Enchantress can do. She has the Atos, but that's dead Nyx. It's impressive that TNC has managed to keep the mid tower alive for this long, but Mineski don't really have a pushing lineup, so makes sense. Cuckoo goes for Boots of Travel. It's actually really important in this game, as he's the only lane pusher, so he needs to be able to be as mobile on the map as possible. With that gank of Nyx, they go straight into the mid tower, finally take it down there. They don't really want to go for Rosh at this point. Maybe they can. They have BKB on the PA. They will attempt it. Nope, never mind. Yeah, I don't see them do that. As if they get hit by Ice Blast there, that's maybe a major problem. They're looking to find Lina here. Ah, is Cuckoo dead? Cuckoo is dead. Bye-bye, Cuckoo. Hook misses. Very close. Dream Coil? They don't want to commit the Dream Coil, actually. Might be a bit greedy. Alright. Whatever. Actually, it was fine. Yeah, so now we have Dream Coil. It's actually pretty big that he didn't Dream Coil there. So he knew that the Lina was going to deny anyway, and there's a small chance that they could actually lock him down. Keeping eyes on Rosh with the Enchantress creeps. Real good. Lina losing more Bloodstone charges there. Just an issue. I'd say this Bloodstone is going to be very sad. I definitely make that prediction. I actually don't see TNC coming back in this game, because again, they have to rely on Mineski's mistakes, and I don't see Mineski doing that. They're a good team. They're not going to make any major mistakes, as they're going to find the pick-off here with Lina dead. That's one. That's 2 pickoffs. This gem is going to be owning. Counters literally 3 of their heroes at this point, because they ended up going for Shadow Blades. I've seen too many Shadow Blades. I don't agree with the Shadow Blade and Lina. It didn't really do anything for him. Like, didn't get any kills off of it. Maybe they got 1 kill. The Bloodstone doesn't really help either. This helps him farm, this helps him sustain, but at this point he's just going to lose charges with those pickoffs. Mineski is going to go for Roshan. Enchantress's game is ruined. She's not going to be able to farm for like the rest of this game. She's literally just sit back and look at creeps die. Maybe get 1 last hit here and there. She's just an Atos. Her damage is insignificant. Sam H is definitely irrelevant. I think his biggest use he can get out of his hero at this point is being able to enchant creeps and use them to scout, honestly, and the heal from Nature's Tenants if he can manage to stay alive. It's not bad. Just draw attention. This is a big distraction. This is damage output. When you fall behind an Enchantress is kind of irrelevant, unless Mineski like throw big kills away and they come back with the comeback ult. And doesn't look like that's the case because Mineski actually looking to play the slow game. They know that there's definitely potential for them to end up dying, and that's the way they're going to lose. So they're going to go, all right, we're going to take the advantage that we have, and we're going to secure it with these Midases. It looks dumb at this point. It's going for like 20-minute Midases or whatever, but with only one true building hitter in the PA, I'd say this is actually a safer play. And I don't see the downside of it because this Enchantress is not going to farm. That's what's going to happen to him. So the only hero that's going to farm is the Lina and kind of the CK, but even he's having a little bit of trouble farming himself as well. So it's perfectly safe to go for the Midases. I'm not sure about the Midas on the Pudge. I feel like you can just go for other items and be fine. I'm fine with the Midas on Ice, but I guess jabs just feel confident. It isn't really. I don't need no Aether Lens. If he had an Aether Lens, CK would die there. as I say that. Alright, so TNC does have one Midas themselves on the Nyx. Doesn't have much more than that. He is the 4th position. Mineski actually looking to go high ground. Alright. PA going straight in. Finds the kill there onto the AA. Had to commit the BKB for that. Will allow him to push though. His Ice Blast is actually one of the scariest things for them. If they can hit it on multiple targets and they come in with a nice Nyx initiation. It's still very difficult. Not so sure if that was worth it, but I mean, 10-second BKB for A lot of damage on tier 3. It's not bad. TNC's game at this point, what they're thinking right now, I gotta imagine that they're not very happy right now. Having him going for sure. 6,000 net worth advantage. 10 kill score advantage for Mineski. Pudge is super fat. CK is having a hard time now. The only hero that is going to continue to farm is Cuckoo, but he's having a rough game. His Blossom charges are hurting. You're playing against a Night Stalker. You can't see anything. This is a game 3. But looking onward, I definitely still think that TNC can win. It's going to be reliant on Mineski's errors though, and they have to capitalize on any little mistake they can out of Mineski. It's going to involve a lot of split pushing for Lina to like draw heroes out of position, but at this point Mineski are just feeling super strong with Aegis on the PA. She has a Lincoln Sphere. That's a huge pickup. It's not going to be affected by the Reality Rift or any of the CK spells, which is definitely how they're going to burst her later on once the Soul Reg comes out. But nowhere near the Soul Reg. Going for the Halberd first to stop Mushi from auto attacking. They're going to go with a huge burst there. This is going to be an Aegis. So that was the combo I was talking about. The stuns into the AA blast, but Mushi with Aegis is going to be totally fine. Still has the BKB. Jab's barely missing some hooks here. And the problem for TNC is they're also living life on the edge. Like any point a hero gets hooked, someone gets like skewered in unexpectedly, and their game is pretty much over. If they lose formation or they lose a hero unexpectedly, which Pudge it's really good at doing, it literally can be GG. Mushi popping the BKB just for the tower. I don't know about that. That's 9-second BKB, 10-second BKB down. TNC is holding, and they can do a pretty good job of holding, gotta say. But I don't see how they make plays this game. It's actually all reliant on the Alina split pushing, and then they come in with like a nice unexpected gank, but it's so hard without the vision. Night Stalker is going to deny them of that, and the gem as well on the puck. Like they won't have any ward vision on the map. We can just look at the map right now. Like, they don't see anything. Like this game is so hard. The only thing I can say is they literally just need to play together and hope that Mineski throw majorly. Otherwise, you don't have much of a chance, and you never really want to be in that position. Mushi's getting fat. Like, these heroes are gonna get one shot, even with the BKB. On the Lina, it's not gonna matter because they still have RP. One RP, the game is over. One hook, the game is over. I'm gonna keep it on TNC's map vision, so we'll see what they see and what decisions they make. I would say they benefit from a gem themselves, just to make sure that they're not spotted by Mineski anywhere, because good initiation, good vision from a ward leading into a hook can be GG. Like, they can't even get the courier to their own secret shop. It has to be sent to the enemy secret shop. It just shows the state of this game at this point. Playing with this dark map, they're gonna lose their last, I don't know, there's one tier 2 left mid. After this one, like, they want to push in through here bottom, or through bottom here, but even that is not gonna be safe. This puck has already come back. Probably will get the tower, but they're looking to go back and forth, so I'll bring it back to full map vision. That's a dead Lina, right into the hook. No chance of getting a Bloodstone deny. A sick play there from Moon. Night Stalker scouting out, doesn't have detection on him, or does, but doesn't have a sentry or a gem, so Nyx Assassin will be able to walk by. This opens up some space for the CK to actually farm this top lane. Again, he has to back right away. Can't go to the next wave, is too far up. Sad. PA going for a, is this a Scotty? No, Mantis style. It's pretty good. Illusions are not bad this game either. Use it to siege a little better, as he is the only building hitter. I would speed up this game or go live, but I don't want to miss anything major. But this game actually is, it's literally just a waiting room for Mineski to end the game, and whether TNC are going to be able to catch the 3-2-2 or not, because I actually don't see TNC winning this. It would require a major throw from Mineski, because they're just going to eke an advantage out. Like, a 5-man smoke is not going to work out, but it's really the only play at this point, and it's the only thing that Mineski has to watch out for. But even then, like, if the 5-man smoke doesn't hit on the right target, like, let's kill Night Stalker, sure, but then Magnus comes out the RP. Like, Magnus PA can wipe their whole team with just 2 heroes, and TNC don't have that potential. Like, no 2 heroes or 3 heroes even on TNC can deal with Mineski. They need all 5 to use their abilities and be effective. Or maybe 4. Chantress really doesn't do much at this point, honestly. They have no big, like, initiation. They're not gonna, like, full on win the team fight either. Like, Pudge is super tanky, so, like, he can cause so much chaos in this fight. Just have Aether lines now. RP misses. Cuckoo barely escaping that. Had to use his 10-second BKB. His Bloodstone is not happy. What the heck? I'm getting a message. Lina is building for an Aghanim, so that's showing that they literally are entirely reliant on their combo now, which is the A, Nyx Assassin stuns into the Laguna. They walk out on the map and they lose everybody, and this is GG. Don't have RP for Lina, but can't defend without. Actually, it's probably not. Alright, they're gonna lose Nyx. I thought Lina was dead. That's Tim's dead. 3 heroes without buyback. That's racks. That's 2 racks, most likely. And they lose these cores. Like, these cores actually can't even show up because they'll get, like, blink skewered, blink initiation by the puck, who has Dream Coil again, and an Arcane Rune. So, game is over pretty much for TNC, and I think, I mean, it goes back to the laning stage. I feel like if they played the laning stage properly this game still wouldn't be easy, but they definitely wouldn't be in this position here. But just very small things in laning stage Most notably, like ISS getting a little bit too much out of this bottom lane. Definitely added up, because then he was able to do like this clowny thing where he like pulled the creeps. It created so much space, and then Sam H overplaying top a little bit too much, overestimating his strengths. If he was gonna do that, he really needed to have Nyx with him to help him like fight, but miscommunication or something there. I don't know what happened. And Enchantress doesn't seem like a Sam H hero, and we probably won't be seeing Enchantress picked up for him more in the future by TNC unless they fix up the game, which is very difficult. To be able to like fix a player and how they play is not easy, and you can't really do it, especially with like this many tournaments going on. Like, it requires a lot of time, and if you could commit to that player most of the time, if something like this happens where they get put in a role they're not comfortable with, you just don't do it again, and you go back to what was good, right? It's very uncommon where I see a team actually have a player like get put in a position they're kind of uncomfortable with, and in the same season like have them turned around and suddenly Sam H Enchantress offlane god. So when I think of Sam H, I think of like an initiation offlane hero, like Nyx Assassin, something like that, but not really the Enchantress playing type. Like one of those more like map domination heroes, tower pushers, and maybe they're looking to put them into that type of playstyle. Like Nature's Prophet kind of fits into that role as well, like lane dominators, and then scale with that advantage, farm the map, get super fat, and then it's kind of like a semi carry. Another Aegis for Mineski, and TNC's really only play is to burst one hero, but with Aegis and Cheese, it's not going to be fun. And Jabs literally can just throw hooks all day if he hits anyone important. How many of these heroes have buyback? No buyback, no buyback. I think she has buyback. No buyback. RP onto 3, that's GG. Buyback. I soccer. Die. What? Oh, game's over. Alright, I was in a delay, but it shows game is over. That's a weird way to end the replay, but I hope you guys enjoyed watching. This is the first time doing this. I'm gonna do more. I wonder what games are coming up next, but I'm gonna go eat lunch, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me know if you enjoyed this, something new. But it's gonna be it for this one. I don't have much more to say about the game other than that what I was saying before. That laning stage for TNC was just rough. I think their draft was okay. To match up directly against the Mineski draft, I think they could have laned it differently, and their draft is okay if they can get an advantage. But the problem is they lost the laning stage and they ended up losing all 3 lanes, which is a huge problem, and we can go back and watch what actually happened and be able to rewind and break everything down, and it might be the next video, but that's gonna be it for me for now. That's a live coaching simulation. I've never seen anyone do that before. Peace out, and see you in the next video.